Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I'm your host, Kimberly Cloud. So, I'm going to read it from the script and maybe I'll elaborate, maybe I won't. I don't know. So, it just see how God feels. I have a question though. I hashtag the White House for a reason. Can you have a 400 credit score and live at the White House? I think y'all have like 37 rooms. Let's see something real quick. I forgot how many rooms. It's going to stick with me this time. You guys spare room for somebody with a credit score of 400, right? How many rooms does? I'm just making a joke. That's all. I don't want to live in your quarters, your palace. This actually was called Palace a couple of decades back by a certain president. Sorry, I said 37 rooms. Wow. Forgive me. 132 rooms, 35 bathrooms, and 6 levels of residence. Like, who cleans all of those bathrooms? How many bathrooms are used? How many, like, that's crazy. That is a palace. Those are the rooms that you want us to know about. There are secret rooms, you want us to know about the war room, but that is it. That is as far as it go. And I understand why, because you got some people out here that are looking to do harm to us. So, 132 rooms. What can you do with 132 portals? Like, really? 6 levels in the resident. What do you need with 6 levels? It's it's amazing. It's amazing. Like what's on my mind, y'all have come a long way. Whoever built the architecture knew what the future would bring. Like you excluding the bad things that happened that the government did, we are not that address to the White House is a navigation mark that changes and can change the world. So whatever it is that y'all doing, because every day I see something, whether Democrat or Republican, somebody is changing the world. So keep changing the world. There are some good things that happened out of this. I think that had um, Obama not set the scene for the things he's done, or the good things. I just want to be positive on this. This I'm neutral. I believe that they have done some good things. I want to believe that they have done some good things. Like um, I know Obama has. Because I wouldn't be sitting here today talking about this. I'd probably be in jail, dead, or somewhere out in the outliers. Most likely jail. And I can tell you what it is, but I don't want to ruin the film. And that I owe him. I meant everything that I said. I never went back on my word. But I know that every time I talk to y'all, something bad happens. I'm picking up on the cues, that of how it is, So I'll leave it alone. But I'll tell you that thank you. And every day I go on you have the Obama Foundation, but every day that I go on and look at the news through my computer, I see peace, peace being made, like peace. Seriously. They're doing things to help the children. They're doing things to help people like me that's stuck between lower class and whatever class I'm considered. And I'm able to just talk. That's, and you guys make it special for me. I don't hashtag you in a violent way, White House. I hashtag you because I want you to see, you know, who I am. I'm not like everyone else. I know you feel hurt of what our race, my race, has done to your people. And the same could be said by vice versa. I just wish we can find a cure for that. And that's, a cure. Not, it's not about prejudice no more. We have moved past that. It's about a dislike. It's between dislike and it's 40% before hate. We feel the need to talk about each other. And I'm not, this is excluding Trump, the need to talk about each other, and I wish there was a cure for this. And that's why when I look on the news, I see it and I'm like, oh my God, this is good. This is a good thing. People are changing thanks to the White House. Whoever's in power, Obama took out Osama bin Laden, you know, um, yeah. So Trump had Operation Warp Speed, you know, um, Vandenberg Space Force is where I used to go and wash my clothes. Um, and they're a great base. They're probably a whole city underground because it's dead silence above the ground and it's mountains and stuff. Like I went in there one time, just the best. And I know they knew who I was, Come on now. That's a military base and it's called Space Force. They know everyone who come on base. Everyone. I had this mad cool picture real quick. And then I get back to the subject. It was October of 22 or 23. And I was on Vandenberg and it was this picture of this, what was he? It's like a dead skeleton looking guy. Not the dead skeleton and be like, shut up. I ain't gonna say it. But no, he was kind of savvy looking. And it was just uh picture, with the object, and so many people were stopping to take the picture. I don't know where that picture went. I don't know where that picture went. Some of my pictures are just lost in the abyss. I took a picture with that on Spangenberg Space Force, just my timestamp to prove, hey, I was here, just like I do with my shows that I do on the regular. So, yeah. Okay, now let's get back to it. So, I said to myself, wow, what's on my mind? Some people are wondering what's on Kimberly Cloud's mind. Well, moving in the next month and going somewhere I will not be followed. And the police will look out for me like here, you know. All I want to do is to be a part of something big, and put chapters behind me, or new chapters and new beginnings around me, in front of me. So, state senator is on the list, and I plan on keeping the Kimberly Cloud Show business open, even if I have to hire somebody to interview people, you know, that I can do that if I become state senator, to keep the Kimberly Cloud Show going and have the same vision and mission statement and act the same exact way as me, have empathy, sympathy, listen for cues and keywords and go from there. That's what I'm about, that business. So my plans is to gain leverage and control of my finances and grow. Control everything in my world. I don't want to control nobody. And I can't control nobody. Because if I could, I would be rich, right? Can y'all agree on that? Thank you very much. That's like a killer saying he would get away with murder. Even if he got away umpteen times, he's still going to get caught. So, control everything in my world and never try to control other people, but have a fair, even exchange. It's not about control, it's about a fairness, coming to an agreement. And that's what happened to me, and I appreciate that, both Republican and Democrat. Whatever is going on, I don't even I'm not dropping no cues, because I know how it's going to be until, you know, things happen more. So until then, I'll leave it alone. So, fair, even exchange, and that is what it is about. And that's why, people that have friends, they have business contracts with their friends. You might as well say that, you know, can I borrow? It's always about either money or being around them, where y'all are going to the movies or going to events. But yeah, so I want to keep the Kimberly Cloud Show open. And, you know, like I said, fair, even exchange is something that I want to do. I think that that is cool. I think that that is really cool. A fair, something that, like I said, business people can evenly exchange and grow from. I want to thank the people who have opened the door for me. You know, it's some things I have problems with, but there are some things I'm leaving with that are irreplaceable. I hope I said that right. Did I say that right? No, there's some things that are I'm leaving with that I appreciate that they gave to me. And I had some good people. There was a lady that is a wonderful lady. She moved, but she moved to a different place. But I appreciate her. I appreciate her. You know, she was always nice at the VA to me. Always. I have nothing, you know, and another someone else was nice the whole time. I'm just hurt at the lies, though some people have lied to me. All I ask is that she don't lie. I don't like when people lie to me. That hurts. And I can accept somebody not liking me, but I can't accept when somebody lies to me and makes me feel that is the lowest feeling ever, when somebody controls me with a lie. Have y'all ever been through that before? If you haven't, try to understand what I go through on a daily basis with that. That's why I decided to exclude myself from the equation. So I want to thank to the highest degree Seattle. Like I said just previously, they helped me. They helped me, you know, anything could have happened to me, and I'm leaving safe. If it wasn't for me hashtagging Bob Ferguson, annoying him, saying it's on you, I think I'd probably be gone by now. That's how you know it's organized crime. No, let me stop. I'm just playing. No, I don't know nothing about organized crime. The police can hold on. I am optimistic about getting out of here. There's 50-50 chances, but anyway, thank you, Seattle. You know, the mayor, I heard his story, the old mayor, Bruce Harold. I even on a national live video wrote his company for it because I wanted to interview him. He's like, they don't pay me that much. And even if they did pay me, I still would. I still wouldn't show up. So, you know, but he's a great person because I heard his story. His story goes like before, as he was like candidate, I'm sorry, candidate. And he sat up there. He was either a candidate or already a politician, but he was in his infancy stages, and he had to carry a gun because people were threatening him, and he got charged with it. He's Hispanic. He's part Hispanic or some type of Hispanic descent. And yeah, they have a new mayor, and I respect them two guys because the lady that won and Bruce, they they had it very, very eloquently, eloquently, you know, like it was done so good, the debate. They were in sync with each other. They weren't yelling. You didn't see pure emotion. I think both of them are Democrats. It was so cool. You did it so good where you didn't feel no emotion. I mean, it's not that you didn't feel, and I'm not trying to make you look bad. I'm trying to say sometimes too much emotion isn't good. It can make you make bad decisions. So the way that y'all played it very well. Well written, well done, like a steak. And I appreciate that. You didn't, and then on the flip side, you got people like Donald Trump. He had people do things to him. So he used his power and his technique. Either way is fine with me, but he used his power and his technique and his craft to craft his skill. And he did put emotion in it. But at the same time, he created his story because he was hurt. If something was being done to you that maybe you didn't do, I wasn't there, but if you claim you didn't do it and somebody is trying to pin it on you, you're going to get angry because that's what gaslighting is. So it's two sides to that. I hope y'all understand. I hope that helps. But the police can only do so much, and I can sleep at night knowing I told the truth. I'm okay with that. I'm not an A-list celebrity. I'm not. If I had to rate from A to B, I would be a B minus, between B minus and B plus. Like as a type. Like of celebrity. Like I'm not on the red carpet. I'm talking about my arena, my grounds, which is my streaming platform. So as people are dying in the TikTok world too, it's scary. And they're black. So y'all need to be careful, man. People get jealous of you. And one of her, and I'm not saying a white person did it. I'm just saying, like, think about it. People get jealous and they'll find you, or they get jealous and they'll try to stalk you and kill you and find out what you're doing. They were all tender ages of 21, 23, both male, female. That is crazy. If you had a drug not to control a murderer, but set a murderer free, set their murdering side free with chemicals or technology, and 100, 1,000%, no, Googleplex percent, no, infinite and beyond that percent, that it's curable. I would do it. So yeah, as long as they know that when I'm calling, I'm not lying, I have integrity. I may have mental health issues, but you will not find me 5 years down the road waving a weapon trying to attack the police. Now, plausible only because something happened to me. You good new people. Let me let you know why I'm saying this. Please have your listening ears turned up because people have been poisoning me for like, wow, long time. I can prove it because of the way I act, the way sometimes how I don't do nothing but eat salads. And when I drink something, like I look under the influence, and that's not me. That's not me. That's why I'm, yeah. I won't go there. But um, something happened to me like a week ago, like a week and a half ago, and I just at first I was sleeping with um a knife and filming myself and sending it to the police. And I know they were getting tired of it, but I had to do it because I was so scared. And then I decided to, um, I joked around on the camera a couple of times, but never did I do anything crazy. And I I just wish that they understand that I wouldn't sit up there and call or even put myself around them. I don't want to be around them. I want to be around them when it's time to be around them. When it's really that time. You know how they say in Ebonics, about that time. When it's really that time to be around them. And that is in the case of what they are called and what they are paid to do, which is emergency or non-emergency. And that goes for the FBI and the CIA and the NSA. I'm not trying to find a sugar daddy. Listen, I just want fairness. That's it. That's it. That's all. That's all, man. I'm not looking for nobody. Like, seriously. Seriously. All I'm looking for is to be treated fairly and to sit up there and when you investigate what's going on and everything. And I hope that, you know, I hope that you guys find what you're looking for. That's it. That's all I have to say. So I have integrity. I may have mental health issues, which I'll admit I do. I do. But please, man, please don't. It hurts my feelings when I don't know if you playing dumb because you are undercover. I don't know. I don't if y'all, you know what? If you are, you deserve a standing ovation for the job that y'all can put on as a performance. Like, but it hurts my feelings, man. And I don't want to sit up there and, you know, I just feel like I'm telling the truth. I called you because one, I was being followed. Two, someone sat up there and lunged at me. Three, someone sat up there and filmed me. Four, someone sat up there and done a lot of following. Ran down the hall of CVS store. Go down the same main aisles I go down to see what I buy, watch what I buy. It's so emotionally peeling. You peel my emotions when you do that. You emasculate, if that's the word, me. When you when you look in my cart at my food, It's not the same as a typical normal person, even a normal Hispanic person looking at your food. It's like you're counting my money, not your money. You will not find me 5 years down the road waving a weapon or trying to attack the police. I have no ill will towards the police. The reason why I brought it up, which sounds suspicious, the reason why I brought up that because I don't want nobody, I don't even want to speak something like that into existence. So I must say it the way I say it so it will not happen. If that makes any sense. If it do happen, it's because somebody wanted it to happen, not me. There are drugs out here that are African organic drugs that can give you psychotic symptoms. I am not. It, it, I have mental health issues like depression on occasions, but I don't feel grandiose ideations. Wanting to run as president is beyond what people can imagine. I don't care if I lose. I'm not trying to win. I'm trying to make a point. My point is that I want to do this win or lose to inspire women stronger than me to want to proceed with what they're doing, whatever the color may be. A woman needs to be in office. Only if chosen by whoever regulates all of the world and wants them to be in office. So, like I said, they got drugs out there, and that's what happened to me again for the second time I was drugged. The third time, actually, probably more than that, but 3 times I instances I and I won't let it happen again. I will never leave an open container. I will never drink out of an open container. That like that's a scary thing when somebody hijack your emotions. It hurts a lot, you know, um, do drugs, you know. I did the right thing, so I'm silently moving. I was scared for 3 days. I practically stayed up. Same behavior at all 3 times. And I can pinpoint drug use to all 3 of those times. That was out of my control and given to me. It's okay though. They're going to have to write a beautiful dissertation one day to God. Everybody has a file. Everybody has a file. And we may make fun of Santa Claus with a naughty or nice thing, But everybody here has a file, either documented and even undocumented. If you undocumented, you got a file brewing, and we going for your record from wherever you come from. But everybody has a file while they're here. United States of America. And when they die, that file closes. I don't know what they do beyond that. But I know we all have to meet God. And we have the files of our root, of our earthly duties that we did, and we're going to have it in the spiritual world. Before you cross paths with whoever you're going to cross paths with, you're going to have to answer for everything you've done. You don't poison people unless you just in loathe and emasculate, demean. It's just not right. And think that you're going to get to heaven. And that's how I feel spiritually. No, I'm not going to go after you. But I know that you're good on this earth. Keep doing what you're doing. They're building a case against you. But I can honestly say that I was honest with the police. As honest as I could be. And that's real. So, only if I'm under the influence of drugs, which I don't use, that exacerbate these symptoms of my treatable mental health. So be on the lookout for any weirded out behavior. I'm going to make sure I do my due diligence and not drink out of open containers and bottles. I just, you never know, no matter, you can be in a palace, you can be at the White House. I'm pretty sure, come on now, like a whole bunch of people, and you really would leave your cup there and then walk to the bathroom and nobody's watching it. Anybody can. I mean, look what happened with the cocaine in the White House with Biden. Like, how do you get that in the White House? I'm not the only one. I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't even want to talk about my history with that, but I'm not saying I plead the fifth, but I'm just don't want to mess up the video feed because that was a long time ago, but yeah, so I'm like, it's 2024 or 322, between 22 or 23, and there's cocaine in the White House. I'm like, a sniper can find somebody that is a threat, that drives all the way across country in a diaper to go see him, but they can't find out the clues of where did the cocaine come from. That is still a mystery. I'm like, what? How is that a mystery? We know who it came from. So I want to do my due diligence and try to keep from being poisoned or whatever shot. I I'm gonna make sure. I'll try my best. I'm not saying I'm the best detective. I'm Sherlock Holmes in this house, but I can make something happen based on what happened to me, I have to be vigilant and not be vulnerable. So that is my story to you guys. That's how I feel about everything. And, I just wanted to remain vigilant and on a case where I look at the things that I look at, like my bottles, and second, check them. These are drugs out here that are hard but easy to come by. These are African made drugs, like they cause, like all I felt was a rush of anxiety, and something said to myself it was a setup, because I never feel scared. I never feel scared. Like my hands were shaking, like I don't I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. It was a scary feeling, man. It was a very scary feeling to have somebody that was 6'4" or 6'3" and almost 260 or 70 pounds lunge at you, and the only thing you have is a knife, and the only thing you can do is walk the other way, because he is following you around your 546 square foot home. That's a scary thing, y'all. It would have been my word against 6 people. I just, I know there's good people out there. I want to close because I began saying that. And I'm going to end saying that, because I'm not going to end on no sour note with Seattle. I know there's good people out there. I've met y'all. Y'all are the 12,000 plus people who voted for me, who voted me, trying to vote me in the center. It didn't happen this time, y'all. But we made a thumbprint. We made an impression. Without you guys, I would, you lit up my day. You can't fake the votes. I mean, you could, but, and maybe I had more. I don't know. But 12,000 to me, that's 12,000 people who watch my show. Plus, I'm happy with that. My little followers, I can pinch your cheeks right now. But yeah, you, I will break out a character, but then LinkedIn, like we said, business, it wasn't going to be cursing, but y'all saw that movie Chucky, not the Chucky, the child, the old 80, we've seen all of them, but they came out with a recent one. I think it's called Child's Play or Chucky. I can't remember which one, but it's like a bootleg one where they take it all the way to Japan. It happens to a guy in Japan. And so the the breaking out of the character would have been like talking like him, so retarded. But I'm not going to do it. So, yeah, man, I enjoy what I do. I enjoy what I do in Seattle. I appreciate you. Like, seriously. I don't want to sit up there and smear y'all name because of what happened to me. I'm out, I'm off of everything that I was on. I'm doing good. Everything seemed to be running smoothly thus far, you know. And as long as it's a smooth transition and nothing happened in my foreseeable and infinite future, I'm good. And I'm not trying to be funny, but this is my insurance. This is my insurance. I have to insure myself. It's not that I don't trust you, but it's that what if I have to not trust you? Is that fair to say? I'm not trying to damage your name. I'm just saying I have to say I'm not. I've ran for state senator. I have 12,000 votes that are Republican and that watch me. You know, I'm not going against Trump. I'm not going against Democrats. I'm not going against independents. I'll give you my opinion and what has happened that is the truth, but I will not judge y'all on what y'all do. Whatever it is y'all doing, rich people seem to like it here. And I got a taste of that. I'm right down the street from Jeff Bezos, probably more than a little bit. So I got a taste of probably he takes limousines and private cars, or probably got his own little mini airport or whatever. But yeah, like I'm like right down the street from him. So I really don't it's funny that I am, I thought about it. I was like, I got a taste of what it's like to live around some elite people, you know, you know, even when I didn't want to be known, I'm known around here. You know, I'm known. Even I didn't mean for it to happen like that. I didn't want the way I planned it was not the way it I didn't even plan it. It just happened. But I have a plan now. I have to keep planning stuff. That's how God did it, so I'm going to do it how God did it. God made a plan for the future. I'm going to write my future story, and I'm going to try to sit up there and perform it, and then I'm going to get Chat GPT to make a Kimberly AI. Hold on. I have to write this down. So yeah. So let me get off of here, you guys. I have a big day. I may be back on here later, but that has been what's on my mind. That has been what was on my mind. A lot of different things, I hope nothing but the best, Microsoft and Google. 50 more years, Microsoft. Why do you say so less? 50 more years. Why don't you just say Googleplex? So, I don't know. Googleplex more years times one. Is there Googleplex years? Let's look at Grok real quick, and then I'll let y'all go. Hold on. All the mathematicians is laughing at me. Oh, I want to keep saying that. Oh, I'm gonna keep saying that. Googleplex year is a mathematical joke. the universe will die of heat death trillions of times over before even a tiny fraction of Googleplex year passes. So no, there are no Googleplex years. There are barely even time to say the word. He said, no, there's no such thing as Googleplex years. The Googleplex, not Googleplex, is an absolute absurdly huge number. To give you a sense of how insane that is, the number of atoms in the observable universe equals 10 to the 80th power, I think, or the 80th. I don't know what that sign is. But seconds since the Big Bang equals 4.3 times 10 to the 17th. Yeah. Let me ask him what this sign means. To the power of 100. So, seconds since the Big Bang, 4.3 times 10 to the power of 17. The Googleplex years would be 10th to the power of 10th to the power of 100 years long. So long that if you tried to write the number out in standard form, you run out of atoms in the universe long before you finish writing all the zeros. That's crazy. Whoever invented it is crazy. Oh, I have to show y'all this. I'm gonna get a shirt that say Googleplex. Everybody say Googleplex Club. No, Billionaires Club. I'm gonna say Googleplex Club. Googleplex year. That's what I'm gonna say. So anyway, y'all take care, be safe, and I'm pretty sure it's not that serious. You can look it up on Grok. I'm pretty sure Grokky will help you if you needed the help. So take care, be safe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.